President Ramnath Kovind calls for integration of technology with education for reforming education system. Prime Minister says the national education policy is the nation's policy, urges everyone to contribute in its implementation in letter and spirit. Union Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar chairs a webinar on the first ever International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies, releases a brochure outlining the actions taken by the government to ensure clean air, reviews progress of the activities under the National Clean Air Programme during the course of the webinar. Nutrition Month starts from today across the nation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to go for local to Poshan to build the foundation of a prosperous nation. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu releases Poshan Anthem. Union Minister Smriti Irani chairs a webinar to connect ground workers to discuss nutrition challenges. In Unlock 4.0, inter-district bus transport and passenger train services restart in Tamil Nadu. Metros roll on the tracks in Delhi, Lucknow, Bengaluru and other cities after nearly 5 months of break. Commuters in Mumbai and Kolkata will have to wait a little while longer. Indian Met Department says no rainfall, red alert for any part of the country for this week. August witnessed 27% more rain than normal. Apart from a 10% deficiency in the northeast, all other parts of the country received normal monsoon. Accurate predictions over the last 3 years have aided relief measures. India successfully flight tests a hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle, taking a giant leap in indigenous defense technologies. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh congratulates DRDO scientists on this landmark achievement towards realizing the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Number of daily COVID-19 recoveries keep rising in India. Recovery rate rises to 77.31%, while fatality rate reduces to 1.7%. Globally, the confirmed cases reach 2 crore 73 lakh mark. Top seed Novak Djokovic disqualified from the US Open after accidentally hitting lineswoman with ball. Djokovic apologizes for the whole incident. Let's get started with the latest on the national education policy. President Ramnath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the inaugural session of the Governors' Conference on National Education Policy 2020. The theme of the conference being the role of NEP in transforming higher education. The conference was also attended by education ministers of all states, vice chancellors of state universities and other senior officials.
The recently rolled out national education policy has been the talk amongst educationists, academicians, think tanks, students, parents and stakeholders. There have already been several webinars, virtual conferences and conclaves on small to big platforms discussing the efficacy, implementation as well as to spread awareness among stakeholders. President Ramnath Kovind virtually addressed the Governors' Conference organized by the Ministry of Education. In his address, President Kovind said that the national education policy has been an extensive exercise and a long process of gathering numerous suggestions and is in line with the country's aspiration and future needs. He also urged governors to hold theme-based virtual meets in their states.
मैं चाहूंगा कि सभी राज्यपाल अपने राज्यों में नई शिक्षा नीति को कार्यरूप देने के लिए थीम आधारित वर्चुअल सम्मेलन करें। शिक्षा नीति के विभिन्न आयामों पर व्यापक विचार विमर्श के उपरांत आप सब अपने महत्वपूर्ण सुझाव केंद्रीय शिक्षा मंत्रालय को भेज सकते हैं ताकि उनका देशव्यापी उपयोग किया जा सके।
President Kovind mentioned that the National Research Foundation (NRF) would be established to inspire quality educational research, and the National Educational Technology Forum (NETF) will be established, which shall operate as a platform for the use of technology to enhance learning.
सभी क्षेत्रों में गुणवत्ता युक्त शैक्षिक अनुसंधान को प्रेरित करने के लिए राष्ट्रीय अनुसंधान फाउंडेशन की स्थापना की जाएगी। शोध की संस्कृति को मजबूत बनाने के लिए सभी विश्वविद्यालयों व उच्च शिक्षण संस्थानों को राष्ट्रीय अनुसंधान फाउंडेशन के साथ मिलकर काम करना होगा। टेक्नोलॉजी के उपयोग और इंटीग्रेशन से शिक्षण प्रक्रिया में सुधार को गति मिलेगी तथा बेहतर परिणाम निकलेंगे। इसके लिए नेशनल एजुकेशनल टेक्नोलॉजी फोरम (NETF) की स्थापना की जाएगी। NETF द्वारा राज्य सरकार की एजेंसियों को भी परामर्श उपलब्ध कराया जाएगा।
Addressing the Governors' Conference, PM Modi expressed happiness on the massive acceptance that the National Education Policy 2020 received from all strata of people. He said that this is not the policy of the government, but the policy of the nation.
ये शिक्षा नीति सरकार की शिक्षा नीति नहीं है, ये देश की शिक्षा नीति है। जैसे विदेश नीति किसी सरकार की नहीं, देश की विदेश नीति होती है, रक्षा नीति किसी सरकार की नहीं, देश की रक्षा नीति होती है, वैसे ही शिक्षा नीति भी कौन सरकार है, किसकी सरकार है, कौन बैठा है, कौन नहीं बैठा है, उसके आधार पर नहीं चलती है। शिक्षा नीति देश की ही नीति होती है।
PM Modi said that efforts are being made to break through silos in every aspect of higher education, be it academic, technical or vocational.
नई शिक्षा नीति स्टडी के बजाय लर्निंग पर फोकस करती है और करिकुलम से और आगे बढ़कर क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग पर जोर देती है। इस पॉलिसी में प्रोसेस से ज्यादा पैशन, प्रैक्टिकलिटी और परफॉर्मेंस पर बल दिया गया है। इसमें फाउंडेशनल लर्निंग और लैंग्वेजेस पर भी फोकस है। इसमें लर्निंग आउटकम्स और टीचर ट्रेनिंग पर भी फोकस है। इसमें एक्सेस और असेसमेंट को लेकर भी व्यापक रिफॉर्म्स किए गए हैं।
Concluding his address, PM Modi clearly stated that it is a collective responsibility of all to implement the national education policy in letter and spirit. Undoubtedly, the conference aims at bringing all stakeholders on the same page, overcoming implementational challenges, enabling more concept-based, experimental, flexible and innovative learning, and keeping pace with changing times, skill and job demands, strengthening knowledge economy and making India a global superpower. Bureau Report, DD India.
Addressing the event, Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank said that efforts are being made to establish the country's education system as a global brand.
उच्च शिक्षा प्रदर्शन करने वाले भारतीय संस्थानों को अन्य देशों में अपने कैंपस स्थापित करने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया जाएगा, जबकि दूसरी ओर दुनिया के शीर्ष 100 से भी अधिक चयनित विश्वविद्यालयों को भारत में आमंत्रित किया जाएगा। वैश्विक संस्थानों के बीच सहयोग, अनुसंधान, तकनीकी और छात्रों का आदान प्रदान की इसमें व्यवस्था की जाएगी। यह नीति स्टडी इन इंडिया को पूरे विश्व में एक ब्रांड के रूप में स्थापित करेगी। शिक्षा की गुणवत्ता में सुधार, अनुसंधान की संस्कृति के पोषण और संस्थानों के बेहतर प्रबंधन एवं प्रशासन पर विशेष ध्यान दिया जाएगा। राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 श्री कस्तूरी रंगन जी की अध्यक्षता में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजन और लगातार मिले मार्गदर्शन का परिणाम है। मैं आपका आभार प्रकट करता हूं। आज के इस कॉन्क्लेव का हमारा प्रयास रहेगा कि हम राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति से जुड़े मुद्दों पर एक साथ मिलकर चर्चा करेंगे।
The Mint Department held a virtual press conference on the current status and forecast of monsoon 2020, where it brought out a report on the impact of climate change and monsoon rainfall, for 29 states and union territories at state and district levels based on data of 1989 to 2018. The IMD's Director General M. Mohapatra and Secretary of Ministry of Earth Sciences Dr. M. Rajivan addressed the briefing. In his address, Mr. Mohapatra said that there has been a significant improvement in forecast accuracy of severe weather events by 15% to 35% during the last 5 years. The DG also said that red alerts have been issued anywhere in the country from September 7 to 11.
Weak monsoon condition at present over the country, and therefore lot of thunderstorm activity we are expecting, and forecast is for thunderstorm activity mainly. There is no red color warning today for heavy rainfall. You can have only isolated heavy rainfall activity along the west coast and adjoining areas. Otherwise, other regions will have the thunderstorm activities. Of course, Assam and Meghalaya will have orange color warning with heavy to very heavy rainfall activity for today.
Products such as a standardized precipitation, evapotranspiration index and aridity anomaly index based on a dynamical potential evaporatization were introduced. Also, city forecast for 7 days has been extended to 450 cities with sub-city forecast for capital cities. Speaking on urban flooding, Dr. M. Rajivan said that they are working with better technology for forecast in order to facilitate the cities.
Tendency of monsoon rainfall is that when it rains very heavily, and especially cities because of their urbanization and also the plugging up their drainage system and huge construction, etc. The flooding due to heavy rains is quite possible, especially in big cities like Bombay, Chennai, and etc. So that's why we introduced a 2 warning system, one for Chennai as well as for Bombay. And with this flood warning system, we will be happy to do it for next for Kolkata as well as in Bangalore. We will be introducing this new warning system, and with this warning system, we will be able to improve our forecast and also help the municipal corporation of respective cities.
The third edition of Poshan Maha began today with the Ministry of Women and Child Development celebrating it in convergence with pastor ministries and departments at the national, states, or UTs, districts and grassroots level. In a tweet today, PM Modi said, proper nutrition is vital to build a prosperous nation. Let us undertake efforts to reach out to people across the length and breadth of India and spread awareness on eradicating malnutrition. This will help our Nari Shakti and Yuva Shakti. The Prime Minister also tweeted, let's be local for Poshan. Our nation is home to dozens of healthy dishes which have high nutrition value. Share them on a specially created space on MyGov India. May your family recipe contribute to a nutritious as well as healthy India.
करो पोषणम 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 देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम 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 देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम से झांकता है भारत का कल अन्न प्राशन करो स्वस्थ बचपन करो माँ का संसार हो, दूध सा प्यार हो, आशा वाला नया एक जीवन करो। खोल के आंखें सपने खड़े सामने, सारे सपनों का मिलकर करो पोषणम, करो पोषणम, पोषणम 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 पोषणम, देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम, देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम, करो पोषणम, पोषणम 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 पोषणम, देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम। नन्ही नन्ही हथेली में आकाश है, पंख बेताब हैं उनमें विश्वास है, मुस्कुराती हुई बेटियां कह रही, देखो मंजिल का रास्ता यही पास है। कर रहा मिलके ये देश सारे जतन, कर रहा मिलके ये देश सारे जतन, सारे जतन। पोषणम 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 पोषणम, देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम, देश।
The importance of nutrition in our lives was also emphasized by PM Modi in his recent Mann Ki Baat radio program on the 30th of August.
भारत सरकार माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी की प्रेरणा से देश के इतिहास में पहली बार एक अनोखा प्रयास कर रहा है। हमारी कोशिश है कि हम एक वेबसाइट पर एक अनोखी जानकारी हर जिले की लेकर आए कि उस जिले में वो कौन सी फसल है, कौन सा फल है, कौन सी सब्जी है जो एक संतुलित आहार का हिस्सा बन सकती है। और हमारी ये कोशिश अधूरी रहेगी जब तक इसमें आपकी भागीदारी न हो। क्या आप हमें बता सकते हैं कि आपके परिवार में है कोई ऐसी अनोखी रेसिपी जिससे आपको लगता है कि पौष्टिक तत्व ज्यादा प्राप्त होते हैं घर की महिलाओं को और बच्चों को? अगर है तो प्लीज हमें संपर्क करिए इस पते पर। हम चाहेंगे कि इस राष्ट्रीय संकल्प में पोषण माह के अवसर पर आपका भी योगदान।
As part of Unlock 4.0, metro services resumed today in Delhi, Noida, Lucknow, Bengaluru, Hyderabad and several other cities after a gap of nearly 5 months due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Delhi Metro has resumed its services with curtailed operations on the Yellow Line. Both the DMRC and the commuters moved with caution amid the new normal in the rapid transport system. The services resumed at 7 a.m. with strict safety and social distancing measures in place. The first trains left from Samaipur Badli station to Huda City Centre station and simultaneously from Huda City Centre to Samaipur Badli. Some riders wearing protective masks were seen entering the premises of key stations. For the initial days, the metro is running in 2 shifts of 4 hours each, that is from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Director Operations at DMRC, A.K. Garg, has expressed happiness over the resumption of metro services in the national capital and seeing passengers travelling confidently amid the COVID-19 crisis.
ये बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है कि पैसेंजर्स हमारे सिस्टम को के लिए कॉन्फिडेंट हैं कि यहाँ पर ट्रैवल करना बिल्कुल सेफ़ है। हमने बहुत अरेंजमेंट सारे स्टेशंस पे किए हैं। सैनिटाइजेशन का अरेंजमेंट है, हम थर्मल स्क्रीनिंग कर रहे हैं, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग के लिए हमने पूरी व्यवस्था की हुई है। जहाँ जहाँ पर भीड़ लगने की उम्मीद है वहाँ पर हमने अधिक हमारे ऑफिसर्स को और सुपरवाइजर्स को नियुक्त किया है और हमें CISF से पूरा सहयोग मिल रहा है। दिल्ली पुलिस, हरियाणा पुलिस, उत्तर प्रदेश पुलिस, सब पुलिस वाले भी हमको सहयोग कर रहे हैं। और यहाँ पर हमने ट्रेन के अंदर भी बैठने के लिए एक सीट छोड़कर एक बैठने के लिए स्टिकर लगाए हुए हैं।
After nearly 169 days, the Delhi Metro resumes its operation on Monday with the opening of the Yellow Line, which connects Samaipur Badli to the Huda city center. This is a 49-kilometer line which is going to be operational from Monday, and Monday and Tuesday it will be operational for 4 hours in the morning as well as in the evening. Now this metro resumption has given a sigh of relief to a lot of denizens, a lot of Delhiites who rely solely on Delhi Metro services. Remember, Delhi Metro is the lifeline of Delhi, and hence its resumption will go a long way in providing relief to the commuters who travel across the state. With camera person Smurti, this is Taposh Bhattacharya, DD India, Delhi.
बहुत दिनों बाद वर्क है 6 महीना आफ्टर, तो अच्छा लग रहा है। पहले से ज़्यादा फैसिलिटी है, जैसे गेट से एंट्री की तो स्कैनिंग हुई और सैनिटाइज बैग सैनिटाइज, बाहर बस की सुविधा भी नहीं है, तो उसका आपसे मेट्रो ठीक है।
आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल एंड ग्रेटफुल टू द DMRC कि उन्होंने एटलीस्ट ये ट्राई किया और ओपन किया है, ये चाहे ट्रायल हो या कुछ भी हो। सो वी आर वेरी ग्रेटफुल फॉर दैट, एंड मैं बोलना चाहूँगी कि यहाँ जैसे चल रहा है तो ये कंटिन्यू हो सकता है तो करें।
ऐसे ही जा रहे थे जी, दुखी होके, कभी मोटरसाइकिल से, कभी बदल के कुछ न कुछ साधन। ये मेट्रो खुल गई, बहुत अच्छा लगा।
पहले तो बहुत परेशान होते, बहुत धक्के खाते जाते थे जी। हम अपनी खुद सेफ्टी रखेंगे जी। बहुत खुश है जी, बहुत खुश है।
In Bengaluru, 2 metro services resumed from 8 a.m. today. In phase 1, only the 6-coach metro trains are running from east to west line from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning and 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Apart from this, stringent safety measures have been implemented. Guidelines making masks mandatory and maintaining proper social distancing have been issued. Our correspondent Aisha Khanam brings us this report.
Bangalore Metro is fondly known as Namma Metro, but the first rule if you have to travel on a metro or to come to the metro station is to wear a mask. And if you're not wearing a mask, you're not even allowed near the metro station. So this is the first rule and the guideline that has been implemented here at the metro stations with social distancing and other safety measures, the standard operating procedures we see at the all the metro railway stations, like this hands-free thermal scanner. This is very interesting, wherein people just have to scan their hand and the temperature is recorded here, and if it gives you green signal, then you are allowed to walk in. So this is a safety precaution, safety measure, and here you can see the security personnel in mask, and they are wearing double gear masks so that there is safety for them as well as for the people coming in here. This is the first phase. The second phase will begin on a green line from September 11, and right now, since the operations are contactless, there are no token system being issued, there are no tokens issued, people have to use the smart card and they have to charge their smart card online. So these are the new norms that are seen at the metro stations. People are taking precaution, and the guidelines implemented by the Metro Corporation is interesting, which makes the metro travel safer, and also the life gets back on track. With cameraman Basuraj, Aisha Khanam, DD India, Bangalore.
That's it then, in this edition of the news and updates will continue on DD India and TD News.